Good morning, Greenfield. He is risen. Today is Easter Sunday, which means we could eat some really delicious food. I'm curious, what is your family's favorite go-to meal for Easter? Sounds delicious. What is your favorite part of that meal? Stuffing? Mine too. Good choice. Now, you'll be happy to know that I polled the youth on Tuesday and over half of them said that they were going to eat a full-out Easter dinner meal. So I hope half of you get to do that as well. Today is the day we get to celebrate that Jesus has risen. He was dead and yet now he is alive. The biggest celebration in our whole Christian calendar, our whole Christian world. So this morning we're just going to spend a short period of time looking at the story of Jesus being risen. And can you guys guess who the first person to notice that Jesus' body was missing from the tomb was? Did you say Mary? You're right. But not Jesus' mom Mary, the other Mary. In John 20 we read about her experience. You know what? I have a better idea. Okay. So here we have Mary Magdalene who came to the tomb where Jesus was buried, and she discovers that the stone had been removed. She runs off to some other dudes and reports that Jesus' body was missing in action. The dudes had to see for themselves and also saw the stone was removed and the body was gone. Back to Mary. She was crying. She decided to look into the tomb. Inside, she sees two angels that were sitting where Jesus' body had been. They were probably playing the harp or something. Angels ask, "Mary, why are you crying?" Mary explains herself. Behind Mary, some dude also asks her why she's crying. Just what women want to hear when they're crying, am I right? Anyways, Mary thinks the dude's the gardener. Spoiler alert, he isn't. And asks him where Jesus was. Dude looks at her and says, "Mary." Mary realizes this dude is Jesus and he's alive. And probably still crying, but tears of joy now. Jesus then goes on to tell Mary to tell the disciples, and then Jesus slowly reveals himself to all of them, commissioning them to be sent into the world to make disciples. Jesus was dead, but as promised, he rose from the dead. And that's the Easter story. He fulfilled words written about him so that we as Christ followers may have life, eternal, full, good life. Happy Easter. May we all celebrate today the good news that Mary discovered, that Jesus was no longer dead. He was risen. He was risen indeed.